Hey there, this is Movie Review Mom. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you are brand new to Movie Review Mom, yay, you found me. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're a subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your support while I'm trying to grow my channel. So my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a specific film. So the specific film I want to review today for you is called Theater Camp. This hilarious and sweet film releases on August 25th, 2023. The film is rated PG-13 and is an hour and 32 minutes. My overall Movie Review Mom grade is, drum roll, got to be dramatic, right? Since we're talking about drama. A B plus. I really enjoyed it. And so I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines if there are any, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you'll also really like. All right, let's dive in. In a nutshell, I used to take dance, singing, and theater lessons when I was a little girl and into my teens even. So I really got a kick out of this movie. It's about an eccentric staff of a rundown theater camp in upstate New York during a summer when the founder's stroke put her in a coma. Her broy son had to figure out how to keep the camp afloat in her absence, as the financial future of the camp is hanging in the balance. So the entertaining film was written and directed by Molly Gordon, who stars in the movie, and Nick Lieberman, with additional writing help from Noah Galvin. So this is Molly's and Nick's directorial debut. And clearly they had a blast putting this movie together. It makes for a fun summer popcorn flick. The movie has already won Best Ensemble at the Sundance Film Festival. It was also nominated for other awards at other film festivals at Sundance, SXSW, and Seattle International. So kudos and congratulations to them. There were a lot of things I really liked about this silly, fun, energetic, celebratory movie. First of all, more Ben Platt, please. I just love his voice. And we get to hear him sing, not as much as I would have liked, though. He and Noah Galvin, who stars in the movie, are a couple in real life. They both played the starring role of Dear Evan Hansen, obviously at different times. Such a great stage play and movie. The rest of the talented cast includes Caroline Aaron, Nathan Lee Graham, Molly Gordon, Jimmy Tatro, Patty Harrison, Amy Sedaris, and so many young kids who just got their break in movies by being in this movie. There are some truly talented kids in this film. The story is filmed like a mockumentary, which is a lot of fun, and the movie absolutely does not take itself very seriously, which makes it fun. There is a lot of spoken and visual humor. Thespians will be the ones that enjoy this movie the most. The cards on the screen appear ever so often and give us an entertaining and often hilarious background information during the entire movie. The ending is actually really sweet and touching. The whole first part, acts 1 and 2, and most of act 3 are just goofy and nonsensical almost. And then at the end, you're like, whoa, and you might even have a little tear in your eye. Fun fact number 1 is the film was shot in only 19 days, resulting in a whopping 70 hours of footage. It must have been truly painful to have to weed through all of that footage and cut so much out. We get to hear a lot of original music and amusing lyrics. Fun fact number 2 is they filmed the movie at the URJ Cuts camp in Warwick, New York. Sadly, the camp is now closed, which is just another reminder that we need to help support our local companies and the arts. So there were a few things that I didn't like despite all of that praise. First of all, in Act 1, it establishes all of the characters pretty quickly, and it establishes that this is going to be a goofy movie. But the plot really doesn't present itself until Act 3, when it also quickly gets resolved. People who aren't into musical theater or plays might not think that the humor is very funny, but everybody else, I think, is really going to get a kick out of it because it just pokes fun. It's a parody of theater camp, summer camp, all rolled into one, theater productions, and just the theater world in general. So let me give you some tips for parents. There is some profanity, including one F-bomb. There are visual and spoken jokes about doing cocaine, and there are lots of children and adults in the LGBTQ plus community as they're represented. All right, so let me give you some of the themes that are illustrated very well in the movie. Belonging is definitely one, friendship, helping children find their voice and their place in the world, supporting others who are trying to live their dreams, and ambition. So whenever I watch movies, I always take notes and I write down funny lines and interesting lines, and I have them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. But I'll share a few of them with you right now. So the movie begins with just a bunch of clips, and it seems random, but they're really trying to build the spirit of this camp and touches of the characters as you're seeing them go through their everyday camp experiences. Anyway, so there's a group lesson, and one of the leaders is reciting this line together, and the leader leads them in saying, "Wolf Blitzer." I can't even say it. And which is why this is a line, because they have to learn how to say it, how to pronounce their words to improve their pronunciation on stage. So the line is, "Wolf Blitzer has a blister on his upper lip." And they say it over and over again. And I just thought that was really funny. And then in another session, Molly Gordon is the female lead teacher, and she says, "We're starting our past lives seminar." And then these funny and even heartbreaking things are said during that. Amos is played by Ben Platt, and he is a former student, just like Molly, who has now come back after many, many years at the camp and now leading the camp. And so something happens and he says, "I'm not mad, I'm just furious." Which I thought was funny, especially the way that he said it. And then there's this one scene where this little girl has this dramatic moment and a tear comes down from her eyes and everybody's all, oh, because she's such a great actress. And then, wait a minute, somebody's like, "Wait a second, she's using," I think is what they said. Anyway, and so they run up to her and they find out that she's using a special teardrop solution to make her cry, which is a known thing in the acting world if you can't eke out a genuine tear. And so Molly Gordon's character says, "Tear sticks are doping for actors," which I thought was so funny. And then another line that was spoken, and I think I wrote it correctly, was spoken by Ben Platt. He says, "You need to know that only 3% of people make it. The rest end up in a mental facility or a go-go box in Hell's Kitchen." I think that's who said it. Anyway, regardless, it's a funny line. All right, so while I was watching the movie, I instantly thought of some other movies that you might get a kick out of. So one is a 2003 movie called Camp that takes a look at summer camp and theater camp as well. It does a really good job, and it stars Anna Kendrick, hello, one of her earlier films. Another one is called Waiting for Guffman, and again, kind of a summer camp, a look at theater and that kind of thing. And then another movie I reviewed last year is called Campfire Christmas. Now, it is super cheesy, and if I remember, it might be a Hallmark movie, or at least it feels like a cheesy, romantic Hallmark movie. But it's about these adults who go back to where they went to summer camp every year while they were growing up, because it's now going to be closing. And so they relive moments and they have some closure and some moments. And, it's super sappy sweet if you're interested in that one. I thought I'd let you know about it. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I hope if you watch this movie, you get a kick out of it. Several lines made me laugh out loud and just brought me back to old memories of when I took these dance lessons and performed on stages and all of that kind of stuff. All right, have a fantastic day. And when you get a minute, run over to Patreon. Check out the prizes I have for membership over there. And now on YouTube, you can be a member of Movie Review Mom. Click down below and check all of that information out. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.